Space travel has long been a dream of humanity, inspiring imaginations for centuries before becoming a reality in the 20th century. From the first human-made object in space to manned missions to the moon and beyond, space exploration has been a key frontier in science, technology, and international competition. This article traces the history of space travel, from its early theoretical beginnings to the modern-day exploration of planets and distant celestial bodies. Before space travel became a scientific possibility, it existed only in the realm of imagination and literature. Ancient civilizations studied the stars and speculated about the cosmos. But it wasn't until the 17th century that modern scientific ideas about space began to emerge. The work of scientists like Isaac Newton, who described the laws of motion and gravity, laid the foundation for understanding how objects could move in space. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, authors like Jules Verne and H.G. Wells popularized the idea of space travel in works like From the Earth to the Moon and The War of the Worlds. These stories captured the public's imagination and helped fuel interest in the possibility of reaching outer space. The idea of space travel became a reality during the Cold War, as the United States and the Soviet Union competed for supremacy in science, technology, and military power. This competition spurred the space race, a period of intense technological development that aimed to be the first to conquer space. The first major milestone in space travel occurred on October 4, 1957, when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite. Sputnik orbited the Earth and transmitted a simple radio signal back to Earth. Though small and simple, the success of Sputnik proved that humans could send objects into space. This set off a race between the US and the Soviet Union to achieve even greater space milestones. Shortly after Sputnik, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2 in November 1957, carrying Laika, the first animal in space. Laika's mission was critical in understanding the effects of space travel on living organisms, although she did not survive the flight. On April 12, 1961, the Soviet Union achieved another major victory in the space race by launching Yuri Gagarin, the first human to travel into space. Gagarin's mission aboard Vostok 1 orbited the Earth once, making him an international hero and symbol of Soviet technological superiority. Gagarin's flight marked a turning point in the space race and proved that human space travel was possible. He returned to Earth safely, and his flight inspired a new wave of scientific research and exploration, as well as increased competition between the US and the Soviet Union. In response to Gagarin's success, U.S. President John F. Kennedy made a bold commitment to land an American on the moon by the end of the 1960s. This goal would lead to one of the greatest achievements in the history of space exploration. The United States embarked on an ambitious program called Project Apollo, designed to land humans on the moon. The program faced many challenges and setbacks, but with each mission, NASA made significant progress in learning how to safely send astronauts to the moon and back. On July 20, 1969, Apollo 11 achieved the impossible. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the moon, while Michael Collins orbited the moon in the command module. Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," became symbolic of human achievement in space. The Apollo program continued with 6 more lunar missions, 5 of which successfully landed astronauts on the moon. These missions gathered valuable scientific data and samples, and they further demonstrated human capabilities in space exploration. Space stations and long-term space habitation, while lunar exploration captured the world's attention, space agencies also focused on developing the ability to live and work in space for extended periods. The Soviet Union launched Salyut 1, the first space station, in 1971. This marked the beginning of long-term human presence in space, as cosmonauts lived aboard space stations for weeks and months at a time. In the U.S., NASA launched Skylab in 1973, where astronauts conducted scientific experiments and gained valuable experience in space habitation. Skylab was followed by Mir, a Soviet and later Russian space station that operated from 1986 to 2001, becoming a hub for international space cooperation. Today, the International Space Station, ISS, launched in 1998, continues the legacy of space stations. A joint effort by the US, Russia, and several other countries, the ISS has been continuously inhabited since 2000, serving as a laboratory for scientific research and a platform for international collaboration in space. The Space Shuttle era in 1981, NASA introduced the Space Shuttle program, which revolutionized space travel by making it more reusable and cost-effective. The shuttle was designed to launch like a rocket, but return to Earth like a plane, allowing for multiple missions with the same spacecraft. The program lasted 30 years and included missions to deploy satellites, service the Hubble Space Telescope, and construct the ISS. However, the shuttle program also faced significant tragedies. The Challenger disaster in 1986 and the Columbia disaster in 2003 resulted in the loss of both crews, leading to pauses in the program and re-evaluations of spaceflight safety. Despite these setbacks, the Space Shuttle played a crucial role in space exploration, paving the way for new technologies and international partnerships. The history of space travel is a testament to human curiosity, ingenuity, and determination. From the early dreams of spaceflight to the groundbreaking missions of the 20th century and the ambitious goals of today's explorers, space travel continues to push the boundaries of what is possible.